Ladies and gentlemen, the worst people that we have in our country and in our government right now are far left extremist judges who are doing the bidding, not of the Constitution, who are not doing the bidding of the rule of law, but are doing the bidding of liberal ideology. No one's illegal. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump has been forced to shut down Guantanamo Bay, bring all the illegal immigrants back to on mainland deportation centers. But not only that, just moments ago, a judge ordered the release of thousands of illegal immigrants back into the streets of the United States of America. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. I hope this video finds you well, and I hope you're having a good evening. With that being said, do me a huge favor, give the video a thumbs up. Please make sure you're subscribed and leave me a comment. Where are you tuning in from? And before we continue, I want to give a shout out to this company, ladies and gentlemen. It's C60 Evo. I've been taking their olive oil with C60 Evo extract. No headaches. I feel great. So go to C60 Evo/VT Politics, save a bunch of money. I mean, no headaches. I feel great. Let's get right into it. I want to move on with the story because this is shocking. What is going on? Every illegal alien criminal in Guantanamo has been moved out, and ICE is releasing illegal alien criminals arrested by Trump's border czar, Tom Homan. Ladies and gentlemen, give the video a thumbs up. I see there's way more people than thumbs up on the video at the moment. Really helps with the algorithm, helps with spreading the truth. President Trump campaigned on removing illegal alien criminals, including international gang members and drug cartels from every city and community in America. After winning in a landslide election, one of President Trump's first priorities was to appoint Tom Homan as his border czar, followed by the appointment of DHS Secretary Kristi Noem, both of whom share President Trump's passion for arresting and deporting some of the world's most dangerous criminals, who unfortunately were allowed to enter America under the Democrat Party's Open Borders for Votes program. Despite the resistance from Democrat sanctuary city mayors and governors, ICE, in conjunction with local and state law enforcement officials, have made significant progress in extracting violent criminals, including murderers, rapists, child predators, human traffickers, and drug cartel members from the streets of America, and either detaining them or sending them back to their country of origin. So it's going good, right? Let's continue. ICE has made an astounding 32,000 arrests since President Trump took office. According to senior ICE agency officials, 70% are either facing charges or have been convicted of crimes. Here's video showing, well, here we're going to get to the video. Here's what I want to show you. Patty MI posted this to Twitter X. It says, "How is this possible?" Ben Bergwam says ICE is releasing illegal aliens that President Trump's border czar Tom Homan arrested. Let's roll the clip.
Let's take it first. We're releasing illegals that Tom Homan's ICE agents arrested. I think anybody's jaw is going to drop at the news of this.
Yeah, and apparently, and it's not just San Diego. I got word from Phoenix, got word from multiple different offices across America. There's two branches of ICE. You've got HSI, the investigative side of it, and then you've got ERO, the removal side of it. And apparently, there are some deep state holdovers, Biden holdovers on the ERO side that are either refusing to process the people that HSI captures, or slow walking it, or just making the claim they don't have bed space, which is why I'm out here. I'll talk about this in just a minute. This is the Border Patrol soft site outside of El Paso, Texas. But apparently, many of these ERO offices are either refusing to or dragging their feet on it. And they actually released several of the people in that first operation that Tom Homan kicked off on that first Sunday. Many of those people were actually released by ERO. I'm getting that word.
You hear that? Some of the illegal immigrants that were arrested within the very first days of Trump's administration were held in jail. So your taxpayer dollars paid for their housing, their bedding, their food, right? They probably went to see a judge or two. They're probably getting free attorneys on your dollar, public defenders, and then released back into the streets. So the same thing is happening that we saw with the Biden administration. Your tax dollars paying for these illegals? What?
All right, real quick on this. One, tell us what ERO is, and two, Tom Homan has to be steaming mad about this.
Yeah, enforcement removal operation. So that's the removal arm of the Homeland Security ICE. So they're the ones that actually are tasked with taking them once the illegals are captured, taking them through the process, taking them back to a judge, having that judge sign off on it. And this is the other problem. Also speaking to HSI, many of these attorneys' offices that are overseeing it, they are also trying to block many of these deportations. You have activist judges in places that are trying to block even Tren de Aragua, the worst of the worst. Some of these guys are being blocked from being removed by activist judges as well. So we've got every level of government is in opposition. We've got opposition actors against President Trump and Tom Homan. And yes, to answer the question, no doubt Tom Homan is pissed, and they are working through it as we speak. These guys are, and you see what Kash Patel's already doing. They're not messing around. If you're blocking them, they're coming after you with the full force of the law.
All right. So
now I want to show you where was this? This is before I'm going to continue. Trump does have an idea to do something, and I'm about to get to that after I show you parts of this clip.
It's a different, on this list of legal battles. Another one, a federal court yesterday blocked the Trump administration from sending 3 detained Venezuelans to Guantanamo Bay. The president has promised to expand the prison.
You hear that? More Democrat judges are getting in the way of Trump's promises, of Trump's, America First agenda, of the MAGA movement. These are woke judges. There needs to be some kind of reform within the Constitution, within our laws, that no judge is allowed to get in the way of the executive branch. There's only one person in this nation that the entire country votes for, and that's the president of the United States. That person should have he should be within an inch of unlimited power. Yes, it's a bad thing to think about if we get a bad president like Obama or like the Bushes or like Biden, but with someone like Trump, that would be amazing. Now, Trump does have a plan to fight this. This is what I reported on this yesterday, and for those that didn't see this, so Trump to invoke Wartime Alien Enemies Act, authorizing the summary deportation of criminal migrants, including to Guantanamo Bay. So this act, if Trump does this, it will give ICE, Tom Homan, and his people crazy power. You know how right now we have a bunch of rogue, woke mayors, sheriffs, city officials that, even attorney generals of states that are sanctuary cities and sanctuary states. Well, if Trump actually enacts this, if Trump actually puts this this act into law, that's it. They will be able to go into any city, into any state, into any jail without any resistance to go get, arrest, and deport illegal aliens. But from here, I want to play you a clip of Mr. Tom Homan on Stephen A. Smith's show. And this was just a great clip. They talk about the Biden administration and how is it that Biden let all these immigrants in. You're going to love this.
Have you received any kind of explanation as to why former President Biden literally went against what former President Barack Obama did during his presidency? And the numbers show he actually deported more immigrants out of this country than Trump did. Yet Biden comes into office in 2020 and he went completely against what Obama had done. You ever received intel explanation as to why he did that?
You know, that's a great question. You're the first ones to ask me that question, right? Now, I surmise, I have an opinion that I think this administration thought these millions of people are going to be future Democratic voters. But one of the things Biden also did, in addition to destroying all the programs we put in place to give us the most secure border, he overturned the Trump census rule, which means millions of people they release in sanctuary cities will be counted in the next census, which is going to result in what? More seats in the House for the Dems. So I truly believe they saw a future political benefit from this. But you're exactly right. And I've said this. Why do I think he did it on purpose? Because Joe Biden was vice president under Barack Obama when he had those record removals. Alejandro Mayorkas was a deputy secretary under Obama when he had those removals. And we had families. We had thousands of families coming across the border every day. How did we stop it? We built family residential centers. We held them long enough to see a judge. 90% lost a case, 90%. So we put them in an airplane, sent them home, border numbers tanked. So both those men knew how we solved that crisis. When they came back in, as now the secretary and the president, what did they do? The complete opposite. They didn't detain, they released. They didn't make them see a judge, and they weren't removing them. So they did the complete opposite of what they knew worked under President Obama.
Wow. You want to see what rogue judges are? Watch this. This story just broke right now. Watch this. Are you seeing that, ladies and gentlemen? Clinton appointed judge rules that an inmate who murdered a baby must be provided taxpayer-funded sex change at earliest opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about these woke judges, these rogue judges. There is a way to impeach them, and Congress can do it. Congress is actually able to impeach federal judges in any state, in any district. But when I look at the Republican Party in Congress today, I don't see a backbone. When I look at Speaker Mike Johnson, I like some of the stuff he's doing, but I don't see a backbone. Because if they had a backbone, they would have already went already and started. They would have started with the impeachments. Where's this story? I think I saw it. I'm going to play you this one more clip. Here we go. This is our press secretary talking about the lawfare against the Trump administration.
You cannot have a low-level district court judge filing an injunction to usurp the executive authority of the president of the United States. That is completely absurd. And as the executive of the executive branch, the president has the ability to fire or hire. And you have these lower level judges who are trying to block this president's agenda. It's very clear. And as I just cited, I was appalled by the statistic when I saw it this morning. In 1 month in February, there have been 15 injunctions of this administration.
So in the first month and a half of Trump, 15 court injunctions, meaning a judge got in the way of Trump doing something he wanted. 15 just in the month of February. Listen to how many Biden in 4 years had.
In our agenda. In 3 years under the Biden administration, there were 14 injunctions. So it's very clear that there are judicial activists throughout our judicial branch who are trying to block this president's executive authority. We are going to fight back. And as anyone who saw President Trump and his legal team fighting back, They know how to do it. He was indicted nearly 200 times, and he's in the Oval Office now because all of the indictments, all of these injunctions have always been unconstitutional and unfair. They are led by partisan activists who are trying to usurp the will of this president, and we're not going to stand for it. Thank you.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? So when it comes to Joe Biden, there was only 14 injunctions. When it comes to Donald Trump, 15 just last month. This is political warfare. This is a bunch of woke, brainwashed, Trump derangement syndrome judges who don't care about the Constitution, who don't care about the rule of law, who don't care about what we, the people, voted for, because Trump ran on the biggest mass deportation operation the world has ever seen. We voted. We gave him a massive electoral college victory. We gave him the popular vote. 89% of counties shifted to the right. He won every single swing state, meaning the people of the United States want this. But there will be one judge who will say, nope. Who is supposed to have more power? One judge or the 77.6 million people that voted for Donald Trump? Kamala Harris said, vote for me, open border. Donald Trump said, vote for me, I'll shut down the border, I'll deport all the illegal immigrants. Boom, Trump wins in a historic landslide. Then one judge stops what over 77 million people voted for. It should not be this way. Things need to change. Something's wrong. I guarantee that our founding fathers did not want judges to have more power than the president. Ladies and gentlemen, if you think about it, these judges have more power than the president of the United States, and nobody voted for these judges. Nobody. When it comes to federal judges, they are, president and then Senate confirms them. That's it. But we don't vote for them. We vote for the president. So how is it that in the United States of America, in our constitutional republic, an unelected judge has more, who's sitting in New Hampshire somewhere, or in New York, or a California woke judge, has more power when it comes to running our country than the president, who got over 77 million votes, who won the popular vote, first Republican in 2 decades, won every single swing state. Ladies and gentlemen, there needs to be massive reform to the powers of the president and to what these rogue judges are allowed to do. They are, especially if it's a campaign promise, especially if they are getting in the way of a president fulfilling his campaign promise. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Once again, I ask you, please give the video a thumbs up right now. Make sure you're subscribed, have bell notifications on. I go live and upload daily, trying to bring you guys the latest up-to-date breaking news. With that being said, God bless you. Have a wonderful night. See you tomorrow.